Listen carefully if you are writing UNIPORT Post-UTME this year. What I'm about to share with you can make the difference between scoring an average or blasting your exam. I went straight into UNIPORT campus on day 1, day 2, and day 3 to interview students who just finished writing their exam. And guess what? I find out some shocking but useful details that most students don't know about. From the topic that actually came out in chemistry to physics to mathematics, and to the secret about the calculator inside the exam hall, and the truth about the past question. I have all the insider details right here for you. So if you want to walk into the exam hall fully prepared and confident, stay with me to the end of this video, because this is the exact information that will give you an edge. What I want to share with you is the hidden calculator secret. Now there's an inbuilt calculator inside the exam system. Now, but large majority of students don't know this. So when you get into the exam hall, you can ask your supervisor to show you the calculator in case you cannot locate the calculator. Now, this saves you time in chemistry, physics, and mathematics calculation. Those ones you cannot use your head to calculate. You can use the inbuilt calculator to do those what calculation. But what I discovered is that large majority of students don't use it. Now, one the main reason why I don't use it, one is because of what exam pressure and the time they'll be looking at their time. So that is why you want to know how to answer question fast. Leave all the hard questions. Therefore, go tackle the easy question. Then you come back to this hard question. Then use your calculator. Now, 30 minutes to solve 50 questions. It seems so hard, but if you know how to manage your time very well, you discover that 30 minutes should be enough to answer some of the questions accurately. Do you understand? So that's why I want to manage, want to practice time management in the exam more. What is time management in the exam more? First, answer the difficult ones. First, answer the easiest ones. Now, once you are done with the easiest one, then what you want to do here is to move to those hard ones, right? Once you are done with those hard ones, you can calculate. Then do your guessing work, right? If you discover that the 30 minutes is okay for you. Next thing I want to the next thing I want to share with you in this video here is that topics that came out, right? Now, on a more serious note, on day 1, I could not ask so many students about the the topic that came out in physics, right? I could not ask them so many questions because large majority of them failed very well, and they don't want to talk to me at all. Do you understand? They don't want to talk to the camera. So it was for day 2 and day 3 I was able to get these topics that came out. Now note, I did not ask everybody. I was able to ask about 10 to 15 students. So collection of these 10 to 15 students I wrote under sciences, right? That I was able to get this thing here, nursing and pharmacy. That two key people I was able to ask, nursing and pharmacy. SS I was not able to get concrete information from there, right? But the ones I interviewed, the one I asked, they were able to say something that I was able to put together, right? Now the first one that came out is wave. So read everything about wave. Just read everything about wave. We must know everything, both the calculation aspect and theory aspect. Read everything about wave. It's very important. That's what I can say. Number 2, thermal physics. You should read what thermal physics, because thermal physics came out. Next one is what is heat capacity. You should study heat capacity very well. Then electricity and temperature. This was the only topics I was able to get from those students that I was able to interview. Right now, probably the other topic, but I could not get those topics. Right. And I could not get the question because you cannot go inside and get the question. As long as I was able to get those questions, fine, I would have used it I would have done tutorials on those ones, solve those questions. Yeah, but for now, no questions. We were not able to get any questions. So these are the topics I was able to gather for students I was able to interview on day 1, day 2, and day 3. Right? So now, so I will advise to know the formulas and practice calculation, because theory questions are mixed with what problem solving. So do the calculation and know the theoretical aspect. So students say that they saw more of calculation, while they say they don't really see calculation at all. So it's a mixture. Do you understand? So these are the information I was able to gather in physics. Mathematics, the the topics I was able to get from mathematics, right? Remember, I could not get those questions. They could not record those questions. Now, but the topics that they said, large majority of them said when it comes to mathematics is what? Is probability, trigonometry, indices, logarithm, fraction, and ratio. Now, what I want to show you here is that try as much as possible to solve every questions under this topic. Now, because they said the question that came out was very, very difficult. That is more difficult than the jam itself, right? So these are topics that came out in what UNIPORT CME. Yes, these are topics that came out. These are the topics they say under what mathematics. So you have to be able to solve difficult problem under what these topics. So like what topic that came out in chemistry, right? Now what I discover from students that actually interviewed but chemistry, large majority of students said they saw organic chemistry. Because just one person that said that he did not see any organic chemistry at all. But large majority of students said they saw organic chemistry, number one. Number two, now some say they saw the inorganic aspect, but I didn't know the specific area of the inorganic aspect they asked. So I could not get the direct question from them. Right? Now later on, I discovered that they said calculation. So read the organic aspect and read the calculation what aspect. They what I could confirm and say from the people I've actually what interviewed. Right? Mix it, mix it, the calculation aspect, the inorganic aspect, and try to see the numbers of topics you can actually what cover. And revise the past question. Just revise what the past question, but don't cram past question. The truth about the past question actually came out. Now, large majority of students told me that they did not see the exact question, they did not repeat any single question in the past question. Right? All the students I've interviewed, they did not repeat any single past questions, right? But the pattern looked similar. So what you want to do here is that if you are writing paper for CME, what you want to do here is that don't just cram the past question, right? You have to study the topics and use the past question as a guide. Now, one of the reasons why large majority of students don't do well in what people CME is that they try to cram the past question, right? Now, they only use the past question to study. They don't go ahead and study other things, the topics very well, right? That this is one of the reasons why large majority of students don't do well, right? Because they want to cram the past question. They only use the past question to study. Another thing I have discovered in this position is that if you don't do well in your jam, you hardly do well in your position. Just like if you really want to do well, those students who score very high in jam, right, you are able to replicate the same success in what in position. Although they cannot score up to that score. Do you understand? I know some players that scored I know some players that scored 280, 290, 300 in jam, but they were not able to score more. But they were able to beat other persons. Just they were able to beat other persons. So your jam score will tell you an average of what you'll be able to score in what in post-CME. Just and what I discovered is that your post-CME score cannot be higher than what your jam score. It's not possible. Why? Because post-CME is even more difficult than what than jam itself, right? So if you are playing for jam, also know that you are also coming to write what post-CME. The more you prepare very well, because that's going to give you an edge over others. That is what I've actually what discovered. The next I want to share with you is the overall exam structure, right? Is the overall exam structure. Now it is a combination of what mathematics, chemistry, physics, biology, and English. You must balance all these things. So don't neglect English and biology. Focus on chemistry, physics, and mathematics. You must try to balance every subject. Just that because if you don't balance every subject, you think that you see mathematics or physics more. What about if you get into the exam, you don't see mathematics and English more, you don't see more biology, right? What are you going to do? Now, this is what I've discovered that large majority of students fail. they say that they're expecting more of biology and they carry more of chemistry to them, right? They see that they're expecting more of chemistry, but they saw more of English language. So you don't neglect any subject, right? Now, if you want to score very high, very well, it starts from your jam preparation. Just the harder you prepare, the more easier or the higher you're going to score in your CME, right? That is what I know. That is what I can confirm uh from this CME. Before I end this video here, I want to give you a final tips to success. These are things you need to do wisely. Well, number one, manage your time wisely. Start from the easier one, scan through the questions, start with the easier one. Then once you are done with the easier one, then move to the ones you don't know. But don't leave any question unanswered, right? Number two, don't panic if the question look new. They are testing your application, not cramming. So if the question look new, I have not seen that kind of question before, what you want to do here is to calm down and try as much as possible to see the topics this question is coming from and the formula to what to use. That try to test your testing application, not cram. That is why it's very difficult. It's very it's very uh, uh, dangerous for you to start cramming questions. Right? You must not apply and solve questions, right? Because they might change so many things. But three, use calculator if necessary. Use calculator if necessary. Now, one of the information I got here is that those who that score high, you're able to carry calculator into the exam hall. They say that they sneak in calculator into the exam hall. Now, if you are able to sneak in calculator into the exam hall, it's good for you. But there might be implication. Just like they catch you, I don't know what might happen. But there's an inbuilt calculator. Now, the reason why so many students were not able to get the calculator because they were not able to locate the calculator and they were able to ask their supervisor about the calculator. That is the reason why. The last one, stay calm, stay sharp, and trust your process. Do you understand? This is just an exam. This is just an exam. Just so we have come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Share this video to other person and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more of this useful type of content. See you in my next video.